Hello friends! Today I'm going to talk to you about some of the pictures that are inside your sketchbook. Everyone should have gotten a sketchbook. If you're one of our learners that are at home, you'll be getting a sketchbook very soon with some other art supplies. So what I want to show you right now are just some really important pictures that I've put inside your sketchbook. So we've already started painting and art. So some of the pictures you've already seen that I've talked about are our Mr. Brush painting rules. We've talked about those, how to wash our brush out. We also have talked about how to clean your brush when you're done using a color. Some of us have also talked about the elements of art, which are on the front of my classroom board. But what I want to talk to you about today is what we call our 3-star illustration rubric, or you might also have a craftsmanship rubric if you're in 1st or 2nd grade. These rubrics essentially show you what kind of supplies you can use and how you can try your very best to create an awesome artwork. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about them right now and give you some examples so you can do your most awesome artwork. In my classroom, you might remember that we have our illustration rubric. This is what is hanging on my cabinets, and you can see it tells you how to draw and do your best work to make a 3-star illustration. We'll talk about what you can do to make a 3-star illustration now. So here you see our 3-star illustration rubric, and I just finished talking about this with the pictures that I have hanging up in my room. So you can see that the first part says, I can color in the lines. It's very important we do our best coloring, especially when we're learning to use our markers, our crayons, and our color pencils in kindergarten. The next part says, my colors make sense. So if you're coloring a landscape picture and you're coloring trees and the sky, you probably want your sky to be blue and you want your trees to be brown and green. It also depends on what you see, or if you're going to try and draw a season, those colors might change, but you want to try to make your colors make sense. And the last one says, I leave no white spaces. When we're filling up an entire page of paper, it's important that we don't leave a lot of white space because we want to share our creativity around the entire page. Now, my friends that are in 1st or 2nd grade, you have this picture in your sketchbook. This is our craftsmanship rubric. This shows you how to use different supplies the correct way. And it shows you different ways you can use it, but also the way you can use it to get the best results. So if you're going for number 1, this is the least exciting way to use your materials. But if you look all the way at number 4, these are showing you how to use these materials the correct way. You see they filled in the entire bubble, they didn't scribble, and they made sure that they were staying inside that circle. So when you're working on your project, it's important that you follow the craftsmanship rules so you can make the best creation. Now, an example of how to use your best craftsmanship might be when you're finishing up your color wheel. So you see here, I wasn't done painting, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to decorate it using some different materials so you can practice your craftsmanship. So you see here, I've already started to draw a turtle. If I wanna finish outlining the turtle, a really good way to use a Sharpie is to draw over your pencil lines. So the proper way to use a Sharpie would be to go nice and slow, draw over my pencil lines. I might even outline my circle of my turtle, the color wheel, so that it's easier for me to follow in those lines. But that's a really great way to use a Sharpie. Oop, and you see Miss DeHaas did not follow her lines in the bottom there. What's really great is if you mess up and you don't follow your pencil drawing lines, you can always take an eraser. You cannot erase Sharpie, but you can erase the pencil lines. Now, if you're using a marker, we talked about this in our sketchbook, but if you're using a marker, you don't want to be scribbling and leaving a lot of white space. You want to try to color in the entire space with your marker, whatever you are creating. I'm going to leave this right next to me. I'm going to choose a different marker. I have all these different smelly markers. I'm going to choose this green one because I want to make my hands and my feet green. So I'll open up my marker, and I don't want to scribble, but I'm going to nice and slow color in. And I might outline the shape first and then color it in. It depends on whatever way you want to outline it. But you can see I'm not going super fast as I try to color in my turtle. Nice and slow. Trying my very best to color in my shape. And there we go. So then I could go ahead and color in all around my turtle. Now you can also decorate the outside, and that would really make it a 3-star illustration or show really great craftsmanship because you're filling up the entire space. If you have a different color wheel, maybe you're using color pencils on your color wheel. So let's say I want to draw maybe a butterfly on my color wheel. So maybe I'll pick a few colors, and what's great is color pencils can actually draw over your paint. So if I'm going to draw a butterfly on this flower, maybe I'll start by drawing the body. I'm going to color in the shapes I draw. Nice and slow. Then maybe I can draw some wings. And once again, I'm going to color in the shapes I draw. I'll even make some antennas. So whatever you are creating today, make sure you are trying your best, filling up the entire space and making a 3-star illustration, whatever materials you decide to use. Happy creating!